Wow, that's unexpected. Hey everyone, Henry Yellow here. Welcome back. Right now we are going to watch The Woman in the Window from 1944, directed by Fritz Lang. Now, I found out there is actually a 2021 version of the same name, but I'm not gonna watch that one. In this 1944 version, we see Edward Robinson and Joan Bennett. I think this is my first time seeing Joan Bennett, but I saw Robinson in Double Indemnity and I loved his character in that movie. After this movie, I'll be watching Scarlet Street, also by Fritz Lang, and then another third Fritz Lang movie before I rotate back to Billy Wilder. So you're welcome to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you know whenever my reactions to these movies come out, because after Billy Wilder, it's gonna be Sidney Lumet again and then Fritz Lang, because I'm doing a rotation on these three directors right now. I think I'm almost done with all their top movies. So you can also go check out the playlists on my channel to find out the rest of their movies which I have reacted to.
The man who kills in self-defense, for instance, must not be judged by the same standards applied to the man who kills for gain.
I was expecting him to explain a bit more.
Will you miss me?
Every minute of the day, every second of the night.
Mama!
Bye, sweet. Who is she?
Haven't the faintest idea, but we've decided she's our dream girl, just from that picture.
That's right. We saw her first.
I'm a middle-aged man. We all are. We're three old crocs. To me, it's the end of the brightness of life, the end of spirit and adventure.
Don't agree.
We can't handle that sort of thing anymore.
Life ends at 40.
I've seen genuine, actual tragedy issuing directly out of pure carelessness, out of the merest trifles. Casual impulse, an idle flirtation, one drink too many.
Oh, the flesh is still strong, but the spirit grows weaker by the hour. You know, even if the spirit of adventure should rise up, even in the form of that alluring young woman in the window next door, all I do is clutch my coat a little tighter, mutter something idiotic, and run like the devil.
I mean, you may be getting older, but hopefully you're getting wiser and your spirit grows stronger from all your experiences. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's.
Would you be good enough to remind me when it's 10:30?
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
It's 10:30, sir.
Oh. My hat, please.
He's going to see The Woman in the Window again. That's a little creepy at first.
You did pose for it, didn't you? Is it yours?
I wish it were. Then I wouldn't have to come over here every so often to watch people's faces.
Did I react properly? Normally?
There are two general reactions. One is a kind of solemn stare. The other is a long, low whistle. You might have given a long, low, solemn whistle. I have no designs on you, and one drink is all I'd care for.
If it's just a drink between friends, that's fine.
I'm thinking of their faces tomorrow night when I tell them about this.
Would you like to see some more of his work?
I would indeed.
When you've finished your drink, you can take me home and I'll show them to you.
I don't think I should.
Don't think you should.
I was warned against the siren call of adventure. At my age, I should never, never have come here to drink with you.
He still went into her house anyway.
Beautiful.
Of course, they're not gonna show us.
I should say no, I know. But I haven't the slightest intention of saying it.
Don't tell me she actually has a husband.
Who are you? I told you if you ever... Stop that, you fool! Fool, eh?
Oh, this is... Is this a misunderstanding? Oh no! Oh. Oh no. Would you consider that self-defense? I think so. She could have hit him over the head with a bottle. This escalated quickly.
Call the police, I suppose.
Yeah. But who was Frank?
Frank Howard. That's what he told me. He never told me anything else.
But who was he to you? Why would he attack?
He never took me out to dinner or a show or anything.
He was right earlier. He shouldn't have gone into the house.
Operator, give me... Nobody has ever seen you with him?
We've never been out together.
I was wondering if anybody could have seen him coming in here tonight.
He wouldn't even get out of the cab if there was anyone around. Do you think there's something we can do? I don't want to go to jail.
Try to keep calm, please.
They'll make it some kind of murder. I know they will.
Now, please.
This Frank Howard is such a mysterious guy.
I was wondering if we had the nerve for something that would shut the door on us completely if we were caught.
Hide the body.
I'll have to go and get my car. You'll watch while I carry it out and put it in the bag. And then I'll dump it somewhere in the country.
If you got out of here, why should you ever come back? Leave your vest with me. That would be a clue if you didn't come back.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have no idea what the police can do with clues. I've read of things little short of miraculous by the city police as well as the FBI. From a piece of cloth or even a button. Keep your nerve. We'll make it.
All of a sudden, he's a murderer. Oh wait, if she knows his name, then...
I'd like my car, please.
Professor Wanley's car.
Right away.
Kind of late for you, isn't it?
Yes, later than I expected.
Oh, did she double cross him?
Don't you ever turn your lights on at night? Let's see your driver's license.
Good thing he didn't have the body in there yet.
Watch those lights from now on.
But now he's leaving some clues. The person at the garage knows he came to collect his car. The police stopped him on the road.
The name on the mailbox is Reed, Alice Reed, in case you have to come again.
Well, if we're lucky, I don't think there'll be any occasion for that. C.M.
Tell me, Frank Howard, that's all I know.
Tomorrow, get on one of the ferries. Not during a rush hour, and drop it overboard.
And what about the watch?
Now, do exactly as I tell you, please. Otherwise, we might as well give ourselves up now.
All right.
How about this rug? I've read of laboratory tests they make that find signs of blood that the naked eye could never see.
I can clean it.
Clean everything thoroughly. There mustn't be one sign left that you've had any visitor tonight. Him, me, or anybody else. Give you the blanket back as soon as I've got him in the car.
I don't think she wants the blanket back. Just burn the blanket. At one point, he'll wonder how he got into this mess, because everything happens so suddenly.
All clear.
Uh-oh. It's not clear. It's a good thing they saw the guy coming in. And it's very convenient that she's on the ground floor, so they don't have to carry the body down the steps.
For both our sakes, I hope this ends the whole thing completely and forever.
Goodbye.
Did he remember to turn on his car lights this time?
Hold it! I'm back here. What was it, a dime?
Never mind, here's another.
If you find it later, you can have it.
Well, thanks for the dime. I find it.
Trying to show us so many events that give us tension that he's gonna be found out. What'd I tell you? There was a policeman waiting for him to run the red lights. So many people have seen him tonight. The guy looks very heavy. Oh no. If his suit got torn, then there's a cloth there. Or if they had DNA to detect the blood, then they'll see the... Oh. Clues everywhere.
Here you are, sir.
Must have left mine.
Oh no, she took it. She took his pen. She must have taken a pen to protect herself in case she needs to expose him.
Claude Mazet has disappeared.
Claude Mazet?
Yes.
Lord Mazard.
But,
We're going to wait until midnight on the off chance he shows up. But if he hasn't checked in by then, we'll give it to the papers and then watch the fireworks.
he had the most ungovernable temper I've ever known.
Yeah, he has a short temper and pretty violent.
I see no reason to assume that he's been murdered.
I didn't say he was murdered.
I don't know why I said that.
That's what he's suspicious of, too. He's an uncanny instinct for things like that.
The police have just announced the mysterious disappearance of Claude Mazard. World Enterprises Incorporated have offered a reward of $10,000 for any information as to his whereabouts, dead or alive.
It's definitely him, CM, Claude Mazard.
I found Mr. Mazard's remains. No, I was not scared. A Boy Scout is never scared.
I think we can be pretty confident about this one.
Plenty of clues, eh?
Some. He was killed somewhere else and the body taken to the spot where it was found.
How do you know that?
We got the tire marks of a parked car. Footprints in the same soft ground leading from the car and back to it. Deep prints when he was going into the wood, lighter coming back without his burden. Especially the shoe prints. We can learn a great deal about the wearer's weight, height, length of stride, any peculiarity of gait he may have. We've a number of bits of evidence like that, like the kind of suit he wore.
You know that, too?
Yes, and his blood. Found some on a wire fence over which the body was dropped.
But a trace like that on a barbed wire fence, could that be enough to be of any use?
Did I say a barbed wire fence?
Didn't you?
No. It was a barbed wire fence, of course. I was only trying to impress you fellas with my keenness.
Does this suggest anything to you?
So you make a desperate effort to elbow your way into my case by insinuating that you're the guilty man. But it's no use, my boy.
How did you do it?
Last night, I cut it on a tin can.
Huh.
I've been sleeping very well.
Well, I think you could do with a few pills. 2 a day's all right, but I'd hate to think of you wandering foggily into the bathroom, popping them into your mouth like salted peanuts.
Poison?
Too much would hit the old heart like a sledgehammer.
Instantly?
20 or 30 minutes and bang.
Oh man, is he thinking of suicide?
The police theory this afternoon was this. Mazet, a bachelor, had a sweetheart. At any rate, when he reached Penn Station, he went to call on her. Either a man was already there, or he came during Mazet's visit. So they fought, and Mazet was killed. Something came up just as I left the office that pulls the rug right out from under that theory. Mazet's associates, always afraid he'd get into trouble with his temper, had engaged a man to follow him secretly at all times. He's disappeared as well.
Then there's your murderer, isn't it?
Could be. Or he might have witnessed the killing and is getting ready to blackmail the killers. But even if he's 100% innocent, he still won't walk in and talk.
Why not?
He's a known crook with a blackmailing record. Anyway, I'm going up tomorrow morning to have a look over this place where they dumped the body. Either of you fellas like to go with me?
Oh, you go with him. You've got no classes tomorrow, you told me so.
He better be wearing different shoes when he goes, otherwise his shoe prints are gonna match. To think that there was a bodyguard, unexpected. Oh no, the guy's gonna recognize him at the toll gate.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Oh, excuse my left hand. I have a little cut. I was opening a can in the kitchen the other night, and the can opener slipped.
What was in the can? Poison ivy?
The next day, I was looking for a lost golf ball, and evidently I got into some poison ivy.
Anything new since I left?
Well, we picked up that woman this morning.
Good.
Just keeps getting interesting. So much tension and stress for Richard.
The motorcycle officer on duty remembers seeing a Cadillac at the traffic signal, but he doubts very much if he could identify him.
Anyway, you got the body here. Where'd you take it?
I'll show you.
Why is he leading the way?
Richard!
What?
You going to be the guide?
Oh, am I going right? Well, that's very funny. I wasn't even thinking where I was going.
That's all right, Richard. Don't get excited. We rarely arrest people just for knowing where the body was.
You sure? Richard has slipped up too many times.
He tore his coat, probably his sleeve, as he lifted it over. And we got a sample of blood from this barb.
Mazet weighed close to 200 pounds, you know.
Yes, it must have been pretty tough going.
Yes, especially at night.
Yes, it may have been at night.
Well, I thought the papers said night. I'm simply bowled over by the amount of information the police have got out of such apparently insignificant details.
What's that for?
It's poison ivy.
Looks as if you'd have a little more explaining to do, Richard.
If you'll only confess, Professor, we can wrap up this whole case before noon.
Little do they know.
Let's have the woman.
Yes, sir?
If you don't mind, I'll go and sit in the car for a little while. I'm not feeling very well. You think she's the one? Where do they find her?
Second-class hotel off Broadway. She seems a bit dingy to me for Mazet.
That's probably not the same person. He's burning his suit.
How did you find?
Your picture's in the Times.
Will you tell me what you mean?
The promotion of Dr. Richard Wanley to head of the Department of Psychology.
Oh,
Did I frighten you?
a bit.
Of course.
I'm sure we're out of it. Aren't you?
I hope so.
Miss Reed,
Who is this?
open up. I want to have a little talk with you about our friend, Mr. Mazard.
It's the bodyguard.
I don't know your friend, Mr. Mazard, so beat it.
Either you open this door or I'm going to the police. Now, if you're going to start claiming you never knew him, you can save your breath. I've been tailing him for months, and I've tailed him here many a time.
What are you looking for?
Settle for some blood, or a photograph, or some hairs.
How do you identify hairs?
Yes, sir, clean as a whistle. Not a finger mark anywhere. Not even where you'd think they'd be naturally.
Huh. She actually hit the pen here.
What's his first name? Richard? Oh, I'm getting warm, all right. No question about that in my mind.
All right. What do you want?
I don't want to make trouble for anybody. I can, of course, but I don't want to.
He just wants to blackmail you.
There's a $10,000 reward out for just the kind of information I got. If I got $5,000 from you, that'd be the end of it, so far as I'm concerned. $5,000. Cash.
You're simply bluffing. If you can get 10,000 from the police, why would you be satisfied with 5,000 from me?
That's also true.
You want to take a chance on that? You did it. You and this guy. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be talking to me about it. If you'd been in the clear, you would have called the cops the minute I walked in. And I'll be back here tomorrow night at 8:30 for the dough. But don't try to run away or pull any tricks like that, because I'll be keeping an eye on things pretty close. You get the money, and that'll be the end of the whole thing.
There's no guarantee he's gonna leave her alone after that. He could just come back when he's run out of cash and continue to blackmail.
What else did he find?
Your pencil. I kept it because I wasn't sure of you then.
Now the bodyguard knows who he is because now they're walking together out in the open. What? Carelessness.
Well, paying him $5,000 isn't getting rid of him. That's just the first installment. If we pay him once, it'll go on as long as we live.
Exactly.
There are only three ways to deal with a blackmailer. Pay him and pay him and pay him until you're penniless. You can call the police yourself. You can kill him. Will this take long?
I have it ready in powders. That'll be all right?
Yes, I suppose so.
Same dosage.
Oh, is that the method he thought of to kill him? People just think it's a heart attack.
$5,000 in that package. But if you run into any kind of difficulty, don't let him have but part of it.
What about the...
It's powder. But you needn't worry about his seeing it because it dissolves almost instantly.
How soon does it work?
20, 30 minutes.
Well, 20 or 25 minutes. So you better make sure he's out of your apartment.
But if he dies right outside the apartment, it's still suspicious.
$5,000 is a lot of money.
Uh-oh.
It's a lot for me anyhow, and I haven't been able to raise it on such short notice.
How much you got?
$2,900. I can get the rest by tomorrow night if it's all right with you.
Who told you to say all this?
Nobody.
Nobody, huh? Where's the boyfriend all this time?
There isn't any boyfriend. You don't believe a thing I say, do you?
If everything's so kosher, what are you giving me this dough for?
I'm giving it to you because I don't want to be mixed up in this thing in any way.
How would you like to get out of this whole thing? Go away with me? Take a look in the mirror, beautiful. And if you're thinking of somebody else, don't be a sucker. In a jam like this, you gotta look out for yourself first. Is it a deal, then?
I guess it is.
All right. Give me a kiss. You're not still worried, are you?
Oh, I suppose not. Don't you want your drink?
You really want me to drink this?
Why not?
Drink it. What do you take me for, some kid? I got a good mind to break your neck.
You're crazy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, he's smarter than he looks.
You amateurs.
Wow, she kept the watch.
Will you go?
Sure.
For now.
I'm gonna let you dig up some more dough for Pappy. Another $5,000. And I'll be around again tomorrow night, just to see what luck you have.
Yep, it's just the first installment, and it was her mistake to even keep the watch. Ah, well, he was right when he said they were amateurs. They are amateurs, because they've never done something like that before.
I'm sorry. I was so scared.
I'm sure you did all you could. We're just not very skillful at that sort of thing.
Yeah, nobody expects you to be skillful at that.
I'm afraid I'm too tired to think about it anymore tonight.
What does he have to think to? Oh, he does. Oh yeah, he's really thinking about ending it.
Who's that?
It's Flynn, sir. I think he got him.
Some fellow saw him in this neighborhood last night, and I was prowling along in the car when I spotted him back there. And what does he do but start shooting?
Oh wait, they're gonna find the money and the watch on him.
Imagine it. All right, folks, break it up. Break it up.
It might be too late to call Richard. Yeah, I think it's too late. It's too late. He's still alive? Yep, he already ended it.
It's 10:30, Professor Wanley.
Wait, what are you trying to say? It's all a dream?
My hat, please.
So that's how they're gonna end the movie. Wow, that's unexpected.
I can't tell you how happy I am to see you alive.
Claude Mazur.
Taxi, Professor?
No.
All the people, all the faces that he's seen, it was all included in his dream. So he was watching his dream just like we were watching the movie. Otherwise, he wouldn't have known how the blackmailer looked like. Oh no, that's someone else.
Pardon me. Will you give me a light?
No.
No?
Oh, no. Thank you indeed. Not for $1 million.
Now that I did not expect. You have no idea how glad it was that everything turned out to be a dream. Usually when some books or movies do an ending like that, people would hate it because like how could everything that just happened be a dream? You mean all of that never happened? It was fake? But in this case, I'm pretty glad it was. Everything turned out just fine. All he did was fell asleep, had a really great dream. In his dream, he really got himself involved in a lot of tense situations, didn't he? Especially after he killed Mazard, and then on the way to dump his body and hide his body, he met so many people who witnessed him, who saw him. And then during the investigation, he was so stressed, he was so tense the whole time. And it made me tense too, because I'm like, whoa, is he gonna get caught? Like, he's so careless, like so many slips of the tongue, so many clues and evidence left behind. But now that I've seen the ending, I would say it was a pretty fun dream, wasn't it? If this was a Hitchcock movie, I think Hitchcock would have ended with Richard ending it. He would have just faded the screen to black while Richard died on the chair. Now that I look at it in hindsight, it was so much of a coincidence that while Richard was looking at the portrait of the woman in the window, she just appeared beside him, even though it was pretty late into the night. But turns out it was all a dream, so everything can be explained. When Flynn, the blackmailer, came to collect the money from Alice, I really thought he was going to drink the poison and have a heart attack. And Flynn found out he was smarter than them. They were amateurs. I mean, they really were. The way they went to hide the body and tried to kill the blackmailer, they definitely were not skilled. And it makes sense. I mean, they're not supposed to be skilled at doing this because it's the first time that they murdered someone and it was by accident. Overall, I would say that this is a considered pretty thrilling and tense movie, especially when he was about to get caught and all the slips of the tongue that he made and all those little clues that are left behind for the police. Edward Robinson also gave a fair performance in this movie, and I quite enjoyed it. In fact, the moment he drank the poison, he heard the phone ringing, and then he finally drifted off into death. That scene gave me goosebumps. What did you think about that scene when you saw it? I mean, not him drinking the poison, but him waking up and then realizing that the whole thing was a dream. Like, what did you think about that? Because I was so glad and I was relieved. Did you feel the same way? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.